We're good to go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Press Box. We've got a bunch of great topics to discuss today, but before we get started, let's go ahead and shout out our GOAT members and Hall of Fame stars. Jeremias, Terry, IDWC, Avion, Damien, Loaded Poppin' Clips, King J, and legend Brian Kendall. Want to become a member? Click join to see all membership offers. Chat, thanks so much for being here today. Let's get this show started. All right, the long-anticipated debut of Aaron Rodgers as a New York Jet finally came on Monday night, but within 75 seconds of his career in New York, Rodgers went down with an injury and had to be helped off the field. Rodgers did not return, and Zach Wilson stepped in for the remainder of the game. Yesterday, an MRI confirmed that Aaron Rodgers suffered a complete tear of his left Achilles tendon and will be out for the season. Jets fans everywhere are devastated after the loss of their recently signed QB, and the team is now stuck with finding a replacement for Rodgers. What should the Jets do going forward? Stick with Zach Wilson or look for a vet to be their new QB1? J-Rob, as our Jets fan on the panel, I have to throw it to you first. What are you thinking the Jets should do?
Oh, my God. First, Pluto is not a planet. That's the first thing, according to NASA. I don't really know, I don't know how this happens to me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this was my arrogance from the other day. Maybe this is because I came up here and anointed the Jets winners before we actually won our game. But this has also been a history. This happened to Vinny Testaverde. It's happened to Chad Pennington. So I guess we're cursed a little bit, I guess. I don't know what we did to upset the football gods for them to treat us this way. However, with that being said, I am at a point where this team is too talented right now for us to just throw in the towel. And that's the issue. If we were bad in other areas, I think this could be one of those years where we can just, tank and head into, trying to get in that Caleb Williams, Shedeur Sanders, Drake May type of sweepstakes. But unfortunately, this team is just too good. We're going to win games. We're going to win games this year solely off the strength that we're going to hold teams to 10 points, 17 points because of how great our defense is. That's just the reality of it. I mean, we made Josh Allen look like a rookie again, and that was due to just how hellacious our defense was. Ultimately, if in a perfect situation, I would really hope that Zach Wilson really made some strides in camp and OTAs and learned from Aaron Rodgers and the time he was able to spend with him. But if, for the sake of he cannot figure it out, we are really just, back to square one, I really feel like we go get, to me, you go get a Jameis Winston, a Cam Newton, a Matt Ryan, or a Carson Wentz. Prefer me, if it was up to me with the way our team is, I also think with us still kind of figuring out our offensive line and our identity, I personally would go for a Cam Newton, a Carson Wentz, or I'd even still go for Jameis because I think you need the mobility factor for the way our offense runs. And if we're going for this scheme fit, I know there's an article talking about we're looking for guys that are scheme fits. Listen, it doesn't make sense for go after the Chad Henneys of the world and the Phillip Rivers because they think they fit. No Matt Ryan. I don't think those guys really fit what we do. So with that being said, I really could only go with Carson Wentz, Cam Newton, and Jameis Winston, or even Teddy Bridgewater. I think those guys, with what they can do, can run our offense, and we have enough talent where you don't have to put too much on what any of these guys' plates. They just need to be able to get the ball to our playmakers. I mean, this is really one of the most unfortunate situations. I'm honestly deflated in a lot of ways, up and down with my emotions. I know we're still a good football team. We're clearly still better than the Bills with Zach Wilson. The interception was terrible in the game the other night. However, I will say this, though. The last drives that he put together, the one to Garrett Wilson, those, and then obviously the one to get the field goal, those were kind of promising. Those were promising. It did show he's learning. That pick to Milano was still remedial. He needs to still clean it up. But I'm not throwing in the towel because I don't want to. This team is just too talented for me to go that route. And I know if we just had a quarterback who could at least, keep us afloat, and just play within our system, I think we'll be okay.
You want to talk about maybe a team defining, or maybe even a little bit of an era defining injury for a team. Aaron Rodgers getting hurt like that. Obviously from everything you saw from Hard Knocks, from the vibe of the team, like a lot of people he was happy. He was like, I've never been in this good a shape. He was getting all these vibes. And then you want to talk about the football gods just not giving the Jets fans what they want. That was such a punch in the gut. I've never been a big Aaron Rodgers guy, but clearly you don't want the guy to get hurt, especially like that. And the craziest part is, in the back of my mind after I saw that play, I was like, we might have low-key just seen the last of Aaron Rodgers for real. And it's crazy, especially with an Achilles when you're 39. Like, let's say this. I believe he will come back because I don't think any legend wants to go out like that. Mm-hmm. But the whatever mobility Aaron Rodgers had left is gone. It's gone now. That's what I'm thinking with an Achilles tear. And let's say
in December.
Mm-hmm. Let's say this. I don't even think, let's just say, even if he comes back and works hard, he's not going to be ready by the start of next season with Achilles injury. So he might be coming in middle of the season. And another thing that hurt me the most, I wanted to call J-Rob, but I was at work, unfortunately. So I was watching that thing at work. How great the Jets are. I hate missed opportunities. And it feels like this year, as long as Zach Wilson is your quarterback, it's going to be missed opportunities all year. And I love how I was like, okay, in the beginning, I was like, a couple drives. Okay, look, he's not doing too much. He got talent. And then that throw to Milano, and I legitimately threw my phone in the air. I was so angry. Like, bruh, what are you doing? This is why they went to go get Aaron Rodgers. But obviously, if you want to give him a chance, I wouldn't. I've seen enough. And you know how Chill says for basketball players, by year 5, they know who you are. Man, by year 3 in football, we know who you are. We know who you are.
No, he's not good. I don't disagree with that.
He's bad. If you're in any kind of, at least for me, Daniel Jones is like my line. If you're even close to that line, I don't mess with you. I don't mess with you anymore. Get out of here. So in a perfect world, you find a way to get Brady to give up his ownership stake, and you get Brady. But if you're going to go with the names that you listed, Teddy Bridgewater would be the one that I would choose. He doesn't really turn the ball over as much. He's definitely going to be like, I'll give the ball to playmakers, and whatever happens, happens. Teddy will not lose you the game. And with this kind of team that you got, J-Rob, you don't need a quarterback to win you games that much. Obviously, there'll be moments.
I will say there's one silver lining to all of this, though.
Mm-hmm.
The only silver lining that I could find was, because Aaron will not play 65% of his snaps this year,
you get your first round pick.
We retain our 2024 first round draft pick, which I think in some ways silver lining could be a win for us.
Mm-hmm. So
that pick could be Shedeur Sanders. You never know.
I wanted to throw 2 names at you real quick. Somebody in the chat said that. Let's just say the Rams struggle. Do you call the Rams and get Stafford?
No.
What about Kyler?
Yes.
I'm just saying. I'm watching Arizona. I'm watching Arizona. I'm like, all right, man. When do you want to let him go? We'll figure it out with the money.
Or if we really want to go for it, if we still want to go for a championship this year, there's really only one real call to make.
That ain't happening.
There's only real one call to make. If we really want to go for a championship, if we want to go championship or bust this year, with the roster the way it's constructed at this very moment, there's only one guy to get.
Let me hear it.
Tom Brady.
Yeah,
that's you call Tom. Like
I said,
you call Tom Brady.
How much the offense would change with Tom as well.
I think he actually wouldn't change too much.
I don't think he'd change that much.
I think you could kind of still run it the way you'd run it with Aaron Rodgers, but
he's an owner now, man.
If he wanted to sign, listen, we gave up $35 million. We only gave a portion of it to Dalvin Cook. We could give the whole thing. We could give literally Tom Brady $20 million for one season if we wanted to. Just saying.
Yeah. That's it, man. It's just tough, and you're stuck. Like now, you're stuck. What if he wants to come back next year?
You could say Tom Brady hates the Jets and hates New York, but for $20 million for 1 year,
and a chance to get an 8th one. What if he does it? He does it in 3 different places. You're talking about Tom Brady is, especially at the end of his career, he's a man of doing things nobody's ever done before. But you need to fix that O-line.
Hey, stop doing that shit. Stop doing that. That man retired. He was on the beach. He cried. He thanked his opponent. Stop doing that shit. He's done.
He done it.
He played till 46.
He
Stop being a kid. Since J-Rod want to sit here Since J-Rod want to
He's
sit
still
here and
better.
just name
Brady
off
Washington is still
quarterbacks,
better than Zach Wilson.
I got some quarterbacks for you that y'all could use, J-Rod. We're gonna start it off. We're gonna start it off. Matt Saracen, Friday Night Lights. or we could go with the quarterback. We could go with the quarterback, Jason Street. You remember the dude that was starting before Saracen played was actually that deal. We could go with Jason Street.
Oh, so
He'll be another good one for you. Shane Falco will be another good one. Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell was tough. Friday Night Lights, the movie. Paul Crew.
Nah, he lived in Tokyo. He went straight from that. He went to Tokyo and started drifting.
So you're a jokester today. You're a funny guy today, huh?
Or Willie Beeman. Willie Beeman tough too.
Willie Beeman
what's my boy from All American?
Oh my God, you're funny. You're a funny guy today, huh? Today you're a funny guy, huh?
Nah, because you just want to poke me about Texas and all of this, and Alabama just really had college football about it. But I ain't gonna keep it going. But 10 straight years. But anyway, I told you this, just like I said at the beginning of the season, man, when we was all doing cartwheels and you was all doing that ski about the Jets. When you was doing all that ski, you was doing all of that. What I told you, I was like, man, there's just something about this team, man. Something is finna happen, bro. Because I was just like, bro, it just seems like this is assembled too perfectly, bro. For Aaron Rodgers, too. This is just too perfect. And they kept hyping it up. They gave you the Amazon special. We did 2 hard knocks. We gonna feature these dudes. All of this. Paid $75 million just for Zach Wilson again. Ain't that something? That's crazy.
That's crazy, man. That's real crazy, bro.
Money heist I ever seen before. Everybody talking about this. That Aaron Rodgers, I feel like Aaron Rodgers never been a workout warrior in the offseason. What do he always do? Always be on the beach, tell the GMs, I don't know if I'm coming to camp. All of this. And this is the shit that's biting him back in his ass. Finally, when he had fed up, I'm going to move elsewhere and I'm going to do all the right things. And the football guy said, hell no, bro. You don't just do all them years of sin and then just run away scratch-free, because there was nothing wrong with him at the Packers. It was truly him. He tried to blame his girlfriend so much. Oh, she didn't do this. Oh, she didn't do that. But when we rewind the tape, the mirror, it was you snake. It was you. It was Aaron Rodgers, bro. So what y'all is receiving is all the bullshit from his career, bro. After that one little Super Bowl, he basically took time off. He basically pulled a Kyrie. The monster y'all paint Kyrie Irving to be in the NBA, that's actually Aaron Rodgers in the NFL. He literally became that.
You act like he didn't make. You act like he was on the doorstep of the Super Bowl a few more times after that.
Also, all of this, I mean, based on how we praise him, he should be a shoe-in every year. He should be a shoe-in for the Super Bowl every year. But we make up every excuse when he don't make it to the Super Bowl. Oh, it was this. Oh, it was that. The coach called this one play right here. Well, if you look back right there. But when we sit back and go through all the track record, he get coaches fired. He bring people in. He had Devontae. All this stuff, you could just imagine it was still in his favor. Fast forward to the Jets. J-Rod keep trying to sell me on the Jets, bro. I will tell you this, though, J-Rod. Y'all run game is vicious. Y'all might be able to do something with that run game. I did not realize.
I don't know how you get Breece Hall, then to spell Breece Hall is Dalvin Cook. Oh,
and
Jesus
then
Christ.
they got Cook now. So I was like, hold on, wait.
You're cooking me, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You are literally
that's
cooking
true.
me
Can't
right
forget
now,
Michael
bro.
Clark.
And I can't say anything about it. And that's what's like pissing me off. It's like I'm literally
that run game is serious. But y'all talking about Zach Wilson, bro. When I saw Zach Wilson play, bro, I was just like, bro, it is no way, no how this man is still in the NFL uniform, bro. It is literally that pick to Milano. I was like, bro, this
it was childish. It was childish.
That's why I was trying to tell y'all.
That's a pick
Josh
like
Allen
rookie quarterbacks can make, not people
bum.
been in the league for 4 years.
I'm trying to tell y'all, me and Dub literally got up here a year ago.
Yeah, y'all did see it.
That boy is a fraud, bro.
Y'all did
Listen, Zach Wilson, Josh Allen.
Oh, I said that too.
Wilson,
yeah, and J-Rod.
Zach Wilson literally was the 12th man for the Buffalo Bills on defense. Every time he went out there and they threw the ball, on top of that O-line being trash, I will say that O-line is putrid. That is horrible. Like that O-line what y'all got, that is bad right there. But
I actually just think the O-line came together late. Like half the Dwayne Brown and Becton, they came in late into the year, so I think it'll be fine over the year. I
guess, but they was still. I felt bad for.
No, they wasn't good. No, they weren't good.
I felt bad for them because they was letting them dogs on his ass. I ain't gonna lie, that was
I'm nervous. I'm nervous about the Cowboys.
He also did play 12th man for the Bills, though. Like, it was just some reason where I was just like, bro, there's no way you in the NFL, there's no way you throw that. Like, I was like literally walking away from my TV. It's like, bro, he has to be like gambling on the Bills. Like, literally, like he have to like not. You know how Calvin really bet on himself? No, Zach Wilson probably went down to Vegas and said, hey, bro, I put all this on the Bills, bro, and I'm playing tonight. Like, literally, like some of the reads he was making, it just really looked that bad, bro, to the point to where I'm dead ass. You probably could get Matt Saracen and would do a better job than Zach Wilson. So what you said, I thought Nadia called him Sack Wilson at the beginning. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. Sack Wilson, Trash Wilson, Tragic Wilson, whatever you want to call him, but it's over for the Jets. You might as well go on, want to touch back down at the air base.
Oh man!
I'm about to say,
all right. I get it, bro. I get it. Okay, I get it. I understand.
He's not good enough, Dave. He's not good enough. You've seen it for 3 years. He's not good enough.
That's Stewie mean. Go ahead, turn your light off, roll over, start crying a little bit. It's all right, bro. You got.
How about Taylor Heineke? He won't cost that much.
I don't think Heineke that bad though.
I don't think he's that bad. You don't need a game changer with the Jets. But let's just say if he did get Brady, if you got Brady, you chilling. Brady be like, go ahead, keep handing the ball off.
But Bama, how about your boy Jameis Winston though? Your boy Jameis
was over with. Jameis, my boy's over with for Jameis, bro. Like that nigga ass. He had
2 seasons to figure it out.
I mean, he had like 5, bro. And we ain't gave him a good little minute, bro. Once he came back, and that nigga, he was just still playing how he was playing. I was like, damn, Jameis just don't want to get it, bro. Really though, J-Rod probably said it the best. I hated that he do this shit with the college athletes, bro, because I just really want to leave them little kids alone until like they done and eligible. But at this point, it literally is the Caleb Williams, Shador, Drake May, Quinn Ewers sweepstakes for the
Michael Penix, Michael Penix.
If you keep Zach, then you tanking. That's what you're telling. That's what you're telling your fans.
Random. It don't matter based off the roster they built, bro. It makes no sense to bring a game. You cannot bring a game manager in there with the roster they just built, bro.
Like the roster is too good to bring a bum in.
Just to bring.
But if you keep Zach Wilson, you're tanking. That's what you're telling your fans. So look at all the options that J-Rob laid out before. The best one is Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady, but you're telling Tom Brady to give up his ownership stake in the Raiders to come out and play. Even if he is interested, you still got to fix that. Hopefully that O-line does get better.
Right. That's why I'm like, I'm cool with going to get Kyler Murray next year. Like, yo, we don't have a roster where we can't we can't waste the prime of a Sauce Gardner, of a Quentin Williams.
They call Arizona right now.
Of Garrett Wilson. We have so many guys that are literally in their primes right now. Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook. Like, we're gonna waste 2 years hoping that Aaron Rodgers comes back. Like, listen, this is like one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever dealt with as a football fan, just because Aaron Rodgers is 40 in December with a torn Achilles, and I'm supposed to come back and believe he's gonna come back and just be himself again. Like,
he comes back by the middle of the season.
He's 40 years old, bro. This is not like he's in his 20s.
By the middle of the season, what you think a torn Achilles is, Randall?
Do you understand?
He's out a full year. He's out a full year. Plus,
he might be out he might be out 18 months, bro. To 2 years. He might not be back for 2 seasons, bro. Like, it's not gonna be that simple, bro. His body's not the same as it used to be. He's not gonna recover like he's young anymore, and so. Like, it is what it is, and I just feel like ultimately, like, our luck don't get no better. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to win right now, you got to give somebody dynamic, and it's not gonna be like if we really want to go for a win right now, it's really look into next year's window, try to go get a Kyler Murray, maybe try to trade for a guy
now and see if you can get him. And then you just sit them.
But the thing is, though, listen. The thing about my Jets, though, we stubborn. We wasted the number 2 pick on the draft.
They need to win now, Random. Why would you get somebody? You got to wait for him to heal up. Then after you wait for him to heal up, you got to wait for him to get.
It's still better than Zach, man. I don't know what y'all telling me.
It's because you still playing the same game, like because you still gonna play the waiting game, just like you gonna be waiting for Zach Wilson to not be a bum. Same thing with Kyler Murray. Wait for him to heal. Wait for him to play back in the shape. Wait for him to learn the playbook midway through the season. Like, so, again, the roster they put together, they need to win yesterday. Like, that's like, you see, like, how they still strung together that game. That show that the roster put together, bro, needs to win now. Like, that roster is playing with, like, some sense of urgency, bro. So, for the course of a 17-week game, when you got a team playing full of emotion like what the Jets are playing with right now, where they believe in what Saleh is selling them, you need a quarterback that's willing and dealing, certified gunslinger to come up in there and take us over the mountaintop. We don't need no quarterback like Zach Wilson, because Zach Wilson is one of those quarterbacks to where 3 possessions in a row, he could possibly go out there and turn the ball over. And what would that do to a defense playing hungry like the Jets? Turn the team morale all the way down.
All the way down.
Okay. So I hope Bama. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying you ride with Zach Wilson. Okay, so then who do you go get, Bama? Tom Brady. Bleacher Report said Tom Brady said he's not interested. So who do you go get?
Interested. I'm telling you, he ain't interested. I ain't even got to read Bleacher Report for that. Yeah. When that nigga cried on the beach and said, "Hey, bro, this shit," I was like, "Oh yeah." Real life, you a real life gladiator, bro. You know Brady was done at that moment when that man started crying to y'all, bro. Like, I don't like y'all folks on the internet like that to show y'all I share the till for something I love, something deep like that. But
I'm just so then who do you go get, Bama?
It's over. Again, I'm gonna tell you again. Sweepstakes. You got one down there in Southern California. You got one over there in Boulder, Colorado. You got another one over there in Raleigh,
defense,
North
though,
Carolina.
man. You have no idea what next year's gonna bring, Bama. You have no idea what next year's gonna bring.
You only waiting a year. What? Literally, you talking about go get Jameis? Somebody another time.
I didn't say Jameis. I didn't say Jameis.
But
I said Jameis. I said Jameis.
It don't matter. All the options, even you name random, still ass.
They all better than Zach Wilson.
Name somebody.
Taylor Heineke better than Zach Wilson right now.
That's a waste.
He's still better than Zach Wilson right now.
Anyway. That's still a waste of a defense anyway. Again, name me somebody right now.
So you telling them to tank, Bama? That's what you telling them?
The only reason I said
Kyler the best option though.
No, Kyler is the best option. The only
best option for sure right now.
But Bama, the only reason I said Jameis Winston is because the last time I saw Jameis Winston playing was 4 games before he broke his back.
No, I feel you off of that, like, which wouldn't be a bet, but I'm just saying with the roster y'all got, bro.
We need a dog.
You gonna be taking regardless, bro. Ain't none of them boys finna do what they need.
We need a dog. Yeah, we need a dog.
So again, if you go sit there and wait on somebody like Kyler, bro, I'm not gonna sit there and wait for somebody with no injury. And I got 4 proven quarterback dogs coming out in this draft. Like, it's no way you finna tell me as a GM you gonna make a responsible decision to be like, hey, bro, with 4 dogs in college football waiting at the quarterback position, I'm gonna gamble with somebody coming off an injury.
Okay, you get Taylor Heineke for 1 year. If Aaron Rodgers come back or he don't, you can still get a quarterback, Bama. You can still get a quarterback in the draft. You can still get a quarterback in the draft. You have assets to trade for, Bama. You can use your assets to go get a pick. You said 4 dogs. Are they all going in the top 10, Bama? No, they're not. They're all going to go in the top 10. Then you trade up and go get them. Okay, Zach Wilson is okay. Zach Wilson, the fact that you have to, okay, stop. Let me calm down. Go get somebody now. You have no idea what next year is going to bring, Bama. No idea at all. We don't know if this defense is going to play the same. We don't know what else is going to come up. You cannot waste this defense right now. Then go get Taylor Heineke and see what happens. You can't waste this defense. You cannot tank with this defense, Bama. What part of that don't you understand? You have an opportunity right now. If you just sit there and you say, game 1, the season's over. That's what you're telling your fans right now. The season's over. If you stick with Zach Wilson, the season is over.
If you put anybody else up in there out there,
they're all better than Zach Wilson. They're all better than Zach Wilson. Taylor Heineke is better than Zach Wilson. He is right now.
So what? Somebody said something. You said Daniel Jones is your measuring stick for quarterbacks, and if you close to it, well, my measuring stick is Ryan Tannehill, and that's a lot better than Daniel Jones. And if you anything remotely close to a Ryan Tannehill,
bro, my God. So this is Bama's argument. This is Bama's argument. Tank the season and try to get.
No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying what he's saying is
words in my mouth. It's like
he's saying like it's no. Yeah, he said there's nothing. He's saying the market is so dog water that even though we could bring in a Carson Wentz or a Jameis Winston, this team and the roster is too good to try to go and win a Super Bowl with that type of roster. He's saying that you need to go get you a real game changer who can be dynamic because we are wasting a window right now. And he's saying what's available to us at this moment, if we go into what's available at this moment, he's saying it ain't good enough to take us over the top, which I really can't, I can't disagree with him though, because he's not wrong about that either. Like ultimately, I'm saying Jameis as the Jets fan that's saying, I'm saying go get Jameis, go get Carson. But I'm saying it's just because it's an upgrade from Zach, not because I really think they're gonna bring us to no promised land. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to have a puncher's shot, but in reality, we know what this shit is. And Bama putting it on the nose, like we have to go get a guy. So if I'm, if I'm the Jets this year, I'm hoping a Shedeur Sanders decides to come out in the draft. I'm hoping that's
next season, though. That's next season. The season just started.
But
you cannot waste the rest of the
season. So random. Check me out. Though. Just be real right now. If you bring in Taylor Heineke, Teddy Bridgewater, Jameis Winston, those three quarterbacks right there, up for grabs right there. Because I'm not going to use Tom Brady. So if we talking about those three quarterbacks right there, just be real with yourself. How many games do you just see the Jets winning with those three quarterbacks?
You win more than you do with Zach.
No. I'm not talking about win more than what you do with Zach.
What's the ceiling?
What is the ceiling for that team?
Let me look at the Jets schedule real quick.
In the AFC. In the AFC,
bro.
Let me just look at the Jets schedule real quick.
Though. You ain't even got to look at no schedule, for real. So I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all, chat. The ceiling is probably like 9-10 wins.
I think they're okay. As a Taylor Heineke is my favorite of the three that you named. I think he can get you. You can be a wild card team with Taylor Heineke.
Okay,
so if you don't want to do that, then we're tanking. That's what you're telling us. We're tanking. You're gonna waste another year of this fantastic defense.
It's still wasting.
The defense is better this year than it was last year. That's the craziest part.
Definitely.
The defense better than it was last year, and Sauce didn't even play his best game last night. That's the scariest part.
Essentially what you saying, bro, just take more steps to end up at home anyway, because the end result is you go be at home regardless, right?
Right.
So what you saying
the
is,
tank,
hey,
like
bro,
I said in the beginning. So you're just saying the tank then.
If you want to call it tanking, bro, I call it, bro, securing the future for your team, bro.
That's still tanking. Don't put a rosy expression on it. It's still tanking.
No, bro,
it's still tanking. Y'all trying. You're basically hoping. So at this point, if you keep Zach Wilson, you're going to lose, and you're going to lose a lot. So then, if you keep Zach Wilson, you are outside shot to get Caleb Williams. Then that's what you're saying.
Man,
that's what you're saying.
I hate that word tanking, because the Jets literally is a good. They just
if you keep Zach Wilson, you are telling your fans you are not willing to do the work to put in a good enough quarterback to at least do something. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You think that the New York fan base is dumb like Cowboy fans or something, bro? Because first off, them dudes can see that their team they needed a QB like that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people in New York would know that Taylor Heineke, Jameis Winston, and Teddy Two Gloves wouldn't do nothing for their team either, bro. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people in New York would be saying the same shit what I'm saying, bro. Secure one of them four quarterbacks right there. Secure one of them four, bro. That's all you got to do. And we right back. We having the same conversation.
Trade for them in the offseason. So what about the rest of the season? Also, Dave, Jets 2004 champs. What have you seen from Zach Wilson that has told you you're going to win 9 games? What have you seen from him? Because as
I don't disagree with that, random. But what are we like? Yo, you understand that we are really in a rock and a hard place right now.
I understand. I'm not, but
like,
it's game. It's game 2. Week 2 just started. You gotta. So forget the rest of the season then, Bam. That's what you're telling me. And that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable in my opinion. Try something. Don't just try Zach Wilson out there after 3 years of horrible quarterback play. Horrible quarterback play. One of the few quarterbacks who is worse than Daniel Jones.
Ben, what you think?
That out again.
Ben, what you think of all of this, bro? What you think of all of this, Ben?
Me personally, I would try and get Kyler Murray if you can, because I think y'all can actually make a run with Kyler Murray. I don't think Kyler Murray is as bad of a quarterback. But what I think about the game though, like J-Rod, I really think y'all won that game because of how bad Josh Allen played. But
but not the game. I want you to know, but not the game, because we're going to get into that. I want to know what you think of our quarterback situation. Like, what do you think we should do? Like, I want to know Well, like obviously you said that you think we should go get Kyler Murray, but that's still we still looking ahead even with that situation. That's not until a year. That's not even until a year or two thing. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't trust Zach Wilson at all. I just don't. I don't trust Zach Wilson at all. But I'll just say get like a veteran quarterback. You got to get one of them.
Right.
Like for instance, let's just say if Geno Smith was available, I'm like, go get him. Obviously, he's not. If Geno Smith was available, Taylor Hine, I know, I understand that you guys want to win the Super Bowl. It's tough. It's not gonna happen right now with what you got. But look at the options right now. You are telling me at the start of week 2 that the season is over. Let's not even try anymore. Let's trot out the worst option that we have at quarterback to go the rest of the season. No, you go get a Taylor Heineke, you go get a Cooper Rush. Hell, I don't like Carson Wentz.
I don't want Cooper Rush.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, I don't like Carson Wentz. I don't like Jameis. But all those names
way
that
I can tell you random, the best way in the same type of way, I'm gonna tell you how Denzel told old boy in the car, nigga, this chess, this ain't checkers, man. Sit down. Go ahead, cry on the pillow, bro, and go ahead get Caleb Williams, Shea Dewar, Drake May, or Quint Ewers, bro.
Go ahead, throw away the rest of the season right as it starts.
You could call it throwing away.
That's what you're saying. Throw away the rest of the season right as it starts.
It was
great message you're sending your fans, Bama. Great message you're sending your fans.
J-Rod.
Because if Nick Saban did that, at Alabama,
don't put me in the middle. I'm not going through it. I'm going through it. Okay.
We not even finna move it. J-Rod, when you saw Aaron Rodgers over there doing the Peter Griffin, that shit was over with.
Stop.
That was over with. When he did that Peter Griffin, when he said, that junk was over with, bro. It might as well just should have tank mode. That's what I said. Tank mode.
Nadia, what we got next?
All right, I'm going to just go over these super chats real quick, and then we'll hop into our next segment. So Drink More Water came through and said, the calf injury Rodgers had in training camp could have been a precursor for the Achilles injury, similar to KD when he hurt his calf versus Houston. Toast to Goat said, first person A-Rod texted was Garrett Wilson. I'm sorry, kid. That's who I feel bad for. This was going to be a breakout season for him. No doubt. But moving forward, thankfully Monday night did end on a happier note for the Jets as they ended up beating the Buffalo Bills in overtime, and it was a game for the ages. But I know that game was a letdown for Bills Mafia. Would love to have Liv on the panel to get her take on this. But anyways, it doesn't help that Josh Allen turned the ball over 4 times during the game. Is it time to start considering Josh Allen overrated? Bama, how are you feeling about Josh Allen?
He's been overrated when he came out of college with that 52 completion percentage. Like I said, bro, the big arm quarterbacks, it only lasts for so long just because of the route concepts are a lot deeper in the NFL. So when you got a big arm, you can kind of like string it along together for a little bit longer. But we've been saying this stuff. Crucial times, bro. He is a F up, bro. Like it's just over and over. He shows you time and time after again. He just so happens to play in the conference that he played in, and they strung together one of the weaker schedules that I've ever seen for a team. And normally when teams get them type of schedules, what he got, they go to the Super Bowl, but then they was crying for new overtime rules because he lost to Patrick Mahomes. But hey, man, it is what it is. I think that's really what he got his claim to fame off of, that little overtime drama with Patrick Mahomes, and then everybody anointed him like, oh, bro, he has to be the next great quarterback. He battled with Patrick Mahomes when Patrick Mahomes doesn't even play defense. So, I mean, it is what it is right there. Y'all supposed to have one of the better pass secondaries in the NFL, and Patrick Mahomes really sent y'all up out there crying about new rules. So, I mean, we could look at that so many different ways, but America looked at that as the coming out party for Josh Allen. Like, he's arrived. Like, it's funny, man.
Okay, and any other quarterback would be looking at that way.
No matter, Tua had the same duel back and forth.
But put the context in, Bama. The year before that, he was in the AFC Championship game. Bama, the year before there was an AFC Championship game. Yeah, sure, he was blown out, but he was in the AFC Championship game. Then he goes toe-to-toe with the best quarterback in the league and barely loses. That's what he did. 13, barely lost.
Went against, no.
And what did he do? And what did he do the year after?
He went toe-to-toe. Don't say he went toe-to-toe with the best quarterback. He went against
you know what I meant, Bama. Don't be like that. You know exactly what I meant.
Because Patrick Mahomes ain't that free safety. If Patrick Mahomes had free safety, he probably would have picked his sorry ass off.
You know exactly what I meant when I said toe-to-toe. And you're out here acting like people when Mahomes lost to Brady in the overtime, they didn't cry to change the rules then too, which they did.
No,
Stop it.
he just didn't have no O-line, and the only
Oh
people
my!
that was
Stop
really
it!
giving him shit
Stop!
was
Stop!
nasty
Stop!
people
Stop!
like
Stop!
me.
Stop! Stop! I get
just
you don't
get up
like
here just
Josh
to be
Allen,
nasty
but come on, bro.
sometimes.
Come on,
He's
bro.
a fraud. He's
I'm
a
not.
fraud.
That's not what I'm agreeing with you. But you over here acting all this like Mahomes didn't get some of those same benefits. If a quarterback did the exact same thing Josh Allen did, where they go to AFC Championship game and lose, even though they got blown out, then the next year they go up against the presumably best quarterback in the league, they would get that love. If Herbert did that, he would be getting that love. Okay.
Y'all be
Yes,
wanting
they
to
would. Yes,
y'all
they
love
would.
rewarding participation trophies. That's what be blowing mine
Okay,
about y'all.
no,
It's
that's
Ben,
not.
Trent. All
Listen
y'all
to what I'm
love this
saying.
part. Y'all just
Listen
like
to what
to
I'm
be
saying,
there.
J-Rob.
Y'all just like to be
J-Rob,
there.
listen
Oh
to what
he
I'm
woke
saying.
up that day, bro. He
J-Rob.
deserves it. He woke
J-Rob.
Oh
up.
my
J-Rob,
god, bro!
listen to
y'all
what I'm
lost
saying.
over. Y'all lost over one. Nah, bro. Y'all lost over this one game. I've been preaching to the choir since 2021. Josh Allen is not one of them guys. Y'all come up here and anointed the Bills
I
as
never
this
anointed him.
perennial, not you,
about
but in generality, totality of the audience, anointed the Bills as the Super Bowl champions for the last 2 years. They went out there and said Josh Allen was on the level of Patrick Mahomes at this position. All I can tell you is this: since 2018, who's led the NFL in turnovers? Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Who is 0-5 in overtime games in his career? Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Since that one game against the Chiefs that everybody loves so much, I have yet to see a game in which Josh Allen has played in the postseason where he's not been horrible. And then last night against a team that should be absolutely deflated. They watched their season go up in flames 75 seconds into the first game of the year. A team that's 75 seconds. A team that should be absolutely deflated. And he goes out there and turns the ball over 4 times. Y'all come over here and say that Josh Allen is this head and shoulders quarterback better than when we compare him to the Lamars, the Tuas, all of these things.
Y'all remember when they said I was smoking catnip when I said I take two over him?
Yeah. Y'all say we out of our minds. But then I see guys like Matthew Stafford and all these other guys who perform, and Josh Allen gets all of this grace because of how talented he is. I still say in 2021, 2022, they had the weakest schedule ever. Y'all got lost on that weak-ass schedule. They go into the next year, and that's what it was. Y'all can say y'all can compare to Lamar, y'all can bring up all of these things, but y'all not putting no context. I've seen Josh Allen consistently do this time and time again since he's literally been in the league. He's been this guy since he got into the league. He got Stephon Diggs. They relied heavily on Diggs. Shout out to Brian Dable.
Allen is a Dayball merchant. He's not a Diggs merchant.
Shout out to Trent.
Shout out to Brian Dable. Shout out to Brian Dable. But I'm trying to tell y'all, this guy that y'all say is the second guy in the NFL right under Mahomes. That's y'all have to let it go. Because to me, every year there seems to be a letdown. Or maybe it's just my Jets. Because maybe my Jets is the team that I feel like expose them. Because we exposed them last year against us, and then he almost lost to Skylar Thompson. If Tua Tagovailoa plays, they're not even in the play. They're out in the first round of the playoffs. So I personally feel like he's a little bit overrated. Actually a lot of bit overrated just because most people have him as top 3, and I think it is debatable.
Rob, you know what it is, Rob. What I told y'all boys a long time before, man. These guys choose their quarterbacks how women choose their men. Tall, good looking, 6'5". All you gotta do is be 6'5". You be 6'5" with an athletic build, man. Y'all boys in sports
could throw it
crazy
60
over them athletes. Oh man, dog, did you see that? He's strong. All of this, I'm like, bro, he mid, bro. Just watch him play. Nah, bro, but he's 6'5" doing that. I'm like, bro, what do you talking about his height for? Like you want to take him on a date? How does he play quarterback? When I tell you, when he play quarterback and he need to throw a 5 and out to win the game, well, that shit going in the stands. That shit going on the sideline, hitting the chains, man. I'm like, bro, there's something wrong with that dude. I was like, that's catfishing right there. Alabama, you just be over here smoking catnip. You just be talking. You just like Alabama players. I'm like, bro, that ain't got nothing to do with what school you went to right there. That is I dial up and out to win the game, and he just can't hit it, dog. I'm trying to stay away from it. Again, watch how these guys play the game, dog, and how they affect their team's success. Y'all can say it's not a quarterback stat, but again, them dudes touch the ball too much, dog. J-Rob will tell you this. They affect the game solely off of them. On offense, they literally touch the ball every play. The only position besides the center, they literally touch the ball every play. So that's why guys like me and J-Rob, Headache Game, grade them on how can you affect the game in a positive manner. And when you look at guys like Herbie and Allen, every time when the game gets down to the wee moments, I'm talking about them games where they can't just blow you out throwing 800 yards. Them games where it's like close and it come down to the finish. Can you show me that spiral? Can you show me that 99-yard spiral that drive y'all crazy to make y'all ski all day? Can you show me that when it's a minute and 10 left in the clock in the fourth quarter? Can you show me that when it's 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter? Can we see that ski in? No, you throwing it out. Oh, you throwing it. Then that's when all y'all get to pulling out. Well, in the first quarter, this dude did this. That's why they won the game. In the second quarter, this dude did this. What about when this dude over here did that? But when it was crunch time, when the man up in the center who touched the ball every play, he could have erased all of them. He could have erased all of them narratives for his team by just completing 1 10 out, 1 5 and out, 1 slant, 1 post, a dig, and they come up short every time. It'd be dudes like this one that just joined right here. This one that just joined. And he could come up there and move goalposts, paint imaginary pictures to show why this is wrong. Why what I just said is wrong. They're going to show you every picture that don't have a damn thing to do with it. So you got
Bama. Go ahead, Mook.
Talk to me, baby.
Hey, Bama, y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
We can hear you.
I gotta call inconsistencies in y'all takes, man. I understand criticizing Josh Allen for playing like trash, and I understand that it's rightfully called for, to crucify him not doing the job and not coming through and throwing picks into double coverage. But the guy that y'all sit there praise plays even worse than Josh Allen in the postseason setting and hasn't been durable for over the last 2 years.
All right, bro, we're done. I'm done.
And y'all sit there. Hold on. And y'all sit there praise this
Lamar
man
yet.
every single time, right? But at the end of the day, Josh Allen has been better in the playoffs than Lamar Jackson as well. He's won more postseason games. So what y'all all about? Y'all all about winning.
Lamar.
Winning.
This has all been
Winning.
Josh Allen talk.
Hold on. Winning. Winning is the end. Hold on. Winning is the end all be all, according to y'all logic, for a quarterback. So tell me why Josh Allen won more playoff games. He's played better in the postseason than Lamar Jackson, but y'all sit there and give Josh Allen more of the smoke. But this man, Lamar Jackson, can stink it up. He can have duds in the postseason, right? He could be 1-3 in the playoffs. He could miss entire seasons, not be durable. But y'all get this man a pat in the back, a coloring book, and a lollipop to say, "Hey, it's gonna be A-OK." Make sense, bro.
First of all,
all right. So wait, hold on. No. Let's get at him. You want to get him first? You want to get him first?
Yes. First of all, Mookie. Ain't nobody brought up Lamar Jackson at all. Nobody brought him up.
No, I'm saying, where's the consistency?
No.
So you got to be consistent all the board.
You got to be consistent around. Imagine the guy who came for Justin Herbert talking about.
You got to be consistent around, man.
Mookie. Done nobody. Hey, we didn't even think about the color purple or black. All we was talking about was Monday night.
Get to your point, bro.
No, Mookie.
Nigga try to talk to me like I'm a little ass boy. Come on, get to your point, bro, and break it down, man.
Shit. Okay,
come on, bro.
First of all, bro. Ain't nobody bring up Josh. Ain't nobody bring up Lamar Jackson at all. You over here caping because you know. So
I said the reason why. Hold on. The reason why I brought him up because y'all not.
You like Ticket when Ticket brings up LeBron. You're not being
consistent, bro. You're not being consistent, bro.
Lamar is your LeBron, bro. You just
hold on. You're not being consistent in your takes. You sit there and bash somebody else, and y'all want to sit there and crucify Josh Allen, which is true. You gotta crucify Josh Allen, but be consistent around the board.
We will when
Crucified
it
this
comes
man
to Lamar
goddamn
Jackson.
in the postseason setting, man.
This is dumb. This is dumb.
But hold on,
J-Rob,
Mookie.
take
But
it.
hold on,
This is
but
dumb as
Mookie,
hell.
hold on. But I ain't gonna lie, you really spitting nonsense right now. You know why? Because one, you just came in here reacting. You didn't even listen to the question I was asked. The question was whether or not Josh Allen was overrated. So it had nothing to do with Lamar Jackson.
Not at all.
The question was, did we think he was overrated? Now, you can say what you want about Lamar, but nobody overrates Lamar. You may think we defend Lamar too much, but we don't overrate him because nobody said Lamar's the.
Y'all still got him as y'all top 5 quarterback.
I'm not. Yeah, but we can. Yeah, that could be said. But most people
that's
have Josh
overrating.
Allen. Hold on. Some people have Josh Allen top 3, top 2, and I think that's more than overrated. That's extreme overrated because he's not top 2. He's not top 3. That's one.
You don't think he got a legit argument with his talent?
Hold on. You talk about. You're the guy that talks about decision making and consistencies and making the right plays in the pocket. But Josh Allen has been the league leader in turnovers since 2018, since he came into this league. You talk about we're winning merchants, but all I know in games that come down to an overtime, Josh Allen is 0-5. I also know that Josh Allen in games where he's thrown an interception to start a half, he has not come out of those situations. He's stayed, because you talk about us, we watch these games. I don't think anybody in this chat would disagree that when Josh Allen starts to turn the ball over in a football game, he does not recover. He has not shown us the ability to come from behind and lead a team when he's not playing well. He has not shown us the ability to rally in big moments. Now, you're bringing Lamar into this because you want to send strays. We're not. The question was never about Lamar. Like I said, we all agree that Lamar is also going to be held to the fire this year because of the fact that he has more weapons. Now, he has more weapons now. They change the offense, so his expectations change, and we want to see the strides. So don't sit here and act like we just throwing shots to throw shots at Josh Allen. The question was whether or not he was overrated. And there are people in this world who think he's right behind
I'm just saying, be consistent. Be consistent.
Once Lamar gets brought up, we can be consistent about Lamar.
If we want to talk about
consistency, be consistent. I didn't see none of y'all crucify. I don't see none of y'all crucified. Hold on. This is why when people talk about me with Justin Herbert, see, this is the thing, and this is why Justin Herbert is undoubtedly the second best quarterback in the NFL because he's the only quarterback. Hold on. He's the only quarterback that I know get crucified of having a good game and losing the game. These other quarterbacks like Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, when these guys have bad games, you rarely hear them. You rarely hear from the media.
What do those other people have that Herbert does not?
Quarterbacks like Mahomes, Herbert, these quarterbacks are being held to the highest, and I mean the highest standard, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm saying this. I came on here and sit here and say this. You have to be consistent with judging these players.
All right, so look, this is why I say I'm sorry, Nadia. You could get to it after this because I know you. I'm so sorry about
the goddamn conversation.
Listen. The only reason like those quarterbacks and stuff get passes with me and J-Rob told you the criteria. Burrows, Mahomes, Lamar. I ain't gonna say Lamar because I know how you feel about him. Watson, T-Laws, whatever. These guys have shown you they can string a multitude of great games together.
Right.
All right. So when these dudes have bad games, right? Burrows, Brady's, Rodgers, they still find a way, even through bad games. They find out a way to put their team in a position to come away with a victory. Whether that may be a drive or a quarter, they string together their greatness of whatever they are. They figure out a way to string it together for a drive, a quarter, a series, whatever you want to. They figure out a way to get back to that greatness, which got them the praise of top 5 players in the NFL. They figure out a way when the game is in whining moments to capitalize on that and bring their teams to success. Where other guys, what we talk about, who you feel like we get on them too much, regardless, they figure out ways to lose these games. Like regardless of whatever type of games they have, they figure out a way to lose it, and then Spider-Man mean the rest of the team. It's somebody else's fault besides these dudes because he got 600 yards right now. when we could have ended all the pointing fingers, bro. Like I said, all your mans had to do was hit a 5 and out, bro. And I ain't gotta blame J-Rod. I ain't gotta blame Random. I ain't gotta blame nobody no more at this point. All your mans had to do was hit a 5 and out on top of the 600 yards. Bro, I just need you to have 605. I know that sounds weird, but to save J-Rod from getting abused by the media, bro, I needed you to have 605, bro. I'm sorry, bro. But now I got to deal with people like Mookie come up here talking about J-Rob did this in the second quarter that gave up I'm like, bro, y'all backtracking the whole game when all dude had to do was just throw a 5 and out right here.
Also, one thing that he always fails to mention, all those other quarterbacks, if you even want to add Josh Allen, they all have some kind of playoff success. If you wanted to compare Herbert to Lamar, Herbert has definitely had way better weapons than Lamar. It's not even close. And the fact that the one time we see Herbert in the playoffs,
total offense in a playoff game and still lost, bro. And nobody
I'm
talks
saying,
about
like
it.
the one time we see Herbert in the playoffs, he does something that only Matt Ryan has done, and even Matt Ryan was goddamn impressed. Come on, bro. If you want to call out Lamar, you want to call all those people when Lamar has damn sure not had damn near the offensive talent that Herbert has had. And you don't even want to mention that. Let's keep moving the goalposts because Herbert's supposed to be this demigod who can only make how long has Herbert been in the league? 4 years? 4 years? And okay, say whatever you want to say about Allen. We saw Allen multiple times in the playoffs. We saw obviously Mahomes multiple times in the playoffs. Lamar
he
multiple
1 year
times
older
in the
than
playoffs.
T-Law.
Burrow.
Whatever the years is with T-Law, he got 1 year above him.
Yeah, we saw T-Law in the playoffs, and T-Law definitely started in a way worse situation than Herbert did. Nah, keep it 100, man. Keep it 100, Mookie, about your boy. He ain't making the plays when it's time, okay? He ain't making the plays when it's time. When he's had the talent on both sides of the ball. Whether you want to say Chargers going Charger, he part of that Chargering too. Come on, bro. Come on. I hate that he came in there to just add some Lamar disrespect and not put in any context what Lamar's situation has been.
But the thing is, it's ridiculous to come in here and talk about Lamar in that regard when the quarterback that you think is the second best in the world blew a 28-0 lead at the end of the day. So, Nadia, what we got next?
God,
this is ridiculous.
Mookie came in here to shake things up for us. Drink More Water brought up a great super chat. And he said, there were 95 total sacks week 1 in the NFL, good for 3 sacks per team. Is this because QBs are holding the ball too long or just bad O-line play? Would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this.
Well, there was adverse conditions in some of the games. For instance, the Browns-Bengals game. So it wasn't perfect conditions that you see. And like I said on the press box last time I was on, it's like the defense has a little bit of an advantage starting the season because of everything that you think the offensive line, the offense has to do. Plus, especially if you got a new offensive line, you added new pieces. Offensive line, the way they get better is that they're together all the time, that they gel. You need that time. And like I said, all you need is one bad thing to kind of go wrong on an offense in terms of whether it's the rain, whether it's a Burrow's injury or something like that. He just wasn't. And you saw Miles and then Miles Garrett's like, and then you add a little bit of to use the Bengals game again, you add a little bit of Jamar Chase, add a little bit of bulletin board material, and that's all you needed. And all of a sudden, you watch Joe Burrow play maybe his worst game of his entire career. So I obviously you want to say some quarterbacks do hold the ball too long. Like I think sometimes Burrow does that a little bit too much for my liking. But and you want to add online play, but you already know at the start of the season, defense have a little bit of an advantage, and it goes from there.
I think it's just only like week 1, so I'll say like chill out, relax about it. Like wait till what happened to week 6, but yeah, I think it's a little both. It's a little bit of both nowadays.
I personally feel like it's not a big deal. I think one is, a lot of teams like the Bengals, Eagles, Ravens, none of those teams play their starters in the preseason. Mm-hmm. So, for a game 1 for a lot of teams, they're all getting their timing down. And so, and then 2, also the league is getting better. Pass rushers are getting better. That is like one of the premium positions in the league. So I think it's a balance of both. Teams are getting better, and some teams are still figuring out the continuity of their offenses. And some of these teams really got shitty O-lines. So that's also something you got to put out there. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I would say it's a little bit of both, honestly.
All right, yeah, I guess we'll have to come back to that in the next couple weeks. But Looking back at other matchups from Week 1, the Dolphins and the Chargers played in a thriller this past weekend. Interested to hear from y'all. What was the bigger storyline in this game? Was the outcome more about Tua and the Dolphins or Justin Herbert and the Chargers? Brandon, what's your take?
Tua proved. Hey, Tua was great.
Slanging.
Yeah, it was definitely more on Tua. Tua really actually impressed me. Especially Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is a man amongst words. Top 3. I think it's a lot. He's a lot top 3. I really think so. Other than that, Justin Herbert did great. He did good. Although he didn't win, he still had a good game. So
just that comes down to what Bama said at the end. He just didn't make the plays at the end. But I thought Tua was fantastic. You want to talk about starting to annihilate whatever doubts you had about him with the talent that he has around him. I would wish they had more balance. You know, you got the horses in the backfield to have more balance, but in that kind of game, man, where you're just swapping points and it felt like whoever has the ball last gonna win the game, you got to do what you got to do. And having a guy, a top 10, maybe a top 5 player in the league like Tyreek Hill, just running wild in the secondary over a man who, at this point, we need to talk that he was a Patriots merchant, and J.C. Jackson in terms of what he was doing, just running wild. Like Tua was great. Tua was great. Maybe the best performance of the weekend from Tua.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in, DP. We're talking about the Chargers-Dolphins game from this past weekend. Did you think the outcome was more about Tua and the Dolphins or Justin Herbert and the Chargers, DP?
I think it was a little bit of both, to be honest, because Tua's been doing very good since he's been healthy. Last year, he did really good when he was healthy, obviously. And Justin Herbert's been doing what Justin Herbert's been doing. I think it's a mixture of both. Tua's playing good. Justin Herbert can't pull out games. So I can't say you just pin it on one or the other because they're both kind of staying to tunes of what they've done when they're on the field. Herbert hasn't been hurt, so every time he's on the field, he needs to win. He hasn't been able to do it in year 4 for him or whatever it's been. And when Tua's on the field, especially last year with Tyreek and Waddle, he played lights out. He had MVP type of numbers when he was healthy. So I think it's a mixture of both. You can't just say one or the other because definitely they're staying attuned to what they've done.
Me personally, I think it was more about Tua Tagovailoa, man. Tua got that. Tua went to Dr. Miami, got buff, got thick. He's throwing that rock, and I really like what he's doing. I was really impressed, and I think the thing for me was watching Tua really go to blows in a game where it's like you got to come up big every drive. He came up big every drive. Like this is why Tua was drafted. There was a reason why Tua was drafted above Justin Herbert. There are intangibles that he showed in college about being able to win, be accurate in high-level games, be able to run an offense, and he had those intangibles. I mean, that there's a reason. There's a reason why the Dolphins in their own front office felt more faith in the Tua because they saw something in him coming out in college, and I think what's his name, Chandler from Pivot, he said something that I thought was really, really great about Tua's development.
Oh my God.
They treated him like a baby. And that's one of the biggest issues, that Tua's a grown-ass man. I think that was one of the issues. It was always, nobody really let Tua go out. Brian Flores and them, they don't think they really let Tua go out there and figure it out at some
Brian
time.
Flores didn't want Tua in the first place, right?
Yeah, I think they coddled him a little bit because Flores wanted Deshaun and Herbert. And so I think that definitely is hard to do, knowing that your head coach may have potentially wanted another guy, but the front office wanted you. And that does lead to a pull because, and at the end of the day, the quarterback in front office is going to trump head coach any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? So I was really impressed with Tua, man. And listen, Tyreek Hill ain't top 3. He might be number 1 right now. Listen, you can't stop him. Right now, he might be number 1. You can't stop him. You can't cover him. He literally run past defense. He's the ultimate cheat code. It don't matter about his route running. Don't matter about nothing because he's just going to run directly past you. He breaks all the rules of the game because he has the fastest legs I've ever seen in the NFL. So with that being said, I mean, Tyreek Hill, there's definitely he definitely might go get that 2,000 this year. And right now, if I had to give the MVP of the league after week 1, it'd be Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, he had the best game of the week, the best performance. And if you had any question marks about Tua's ability to sit in the pocket, make throws, and duke it out, I think he showed you what he was capable of. And also at the same time, listen, Josh, on paper, Justin Herbert had a great game on paper. But sometimes, when are we going to start? How many cop-outs? How many years we going to blame everything else? That's all I'm going to say.
You can't have Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler, and all of them, at least Austin Eckler in particular, had a fantastic game.
Because I mean,
pull it out.
Because I ain't gonna lie, Patrick Mahomes got 2-3 Super Bowls, and nobody gonna care about what he didn't have. They lost to the Lions. They still lost. Everybody was just happy to see the L. Like, you know, there's just some responsibilities that come with playing a position that I just feel like some of y'all just don't try to acknowledge. And so, Justin Herbert, I don't care how many times Justin Herbert throw for 350 and 3 touchdowns. Like, that last drive of the game, you didn't come up big. You can't intentional ground in the biggest drive of this game. Like, you know, so I just think there got to be some things that got to balance. You know, it got to make sense on both sides.
So I got a question for y'all real quick. So in terms of, I guess the one remaining thing for Tua now is just hoping that he stays healthy. And the Dolphins have done, Mike McDowell's and the front office have done a great job surrounding a young quarterback. You give him the weapons and you hope that he gets better, so then you can let those weapons go and you can, you know, work with. Obviously, you still want good weapons, but if somebody goes down, you're like, okay, we got the quarterback, we can figure this out. So in terms of, I want to just kind of give you guys the schedule that they have the next 5 games. So they got New England Sunday night next week at New England. Then they got Denver at Buffalo, New York, the Giants, Carolina, and then Philly. Then they play New England again, and then ends up with Kansas City before their bye week. What do you guys think their record should be by week 10? Week 10 is their bye week.
Before you get into another topic.
Yeah, let's
Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad. I gotta let Bama get his.
Yo, and random. Yeah, your name's not Nadia.
Right.
That's the host.
I apologize.
So this is what I want to tell everybody that's followed Player's Choice. I told y'all so. I told you so. In the beginning, when I was snorting catnip, smoking catnip, drinking catnip, all of that, all 3, I was like, I'd take 2 over Herbert, Burrow, all of them. They was like, oh, Jamar Chase wouldn't have the season Jamar Chase would have had if Noodle Arm Tua was his quarterback. Noodle Arm Tua, little dub, another little thick midget, used to drop shit like, oh, being a little quiet as a mouse ass too, little deacon. Y'all used to drop little sneak disses. Oh, OBJ got more 40-yard completions than Tua. Muhammad Sanu got more 450-yard completions than Tua. Saquon Barkley got more completions than Tua. I'm just like, bro, y'all are so disrespectful. Again, I know I get up here and joke, y'all, but I went to school, kinesiology, bro. I was like, bro, the man broke his hip. I was like, do y'all know, like, what the hip is responsible for when it comes to throwing the ball, bro? That is everything. That's all your torque. That's all the zip right there. Not only did he break his hip, an injury that takes 11 months to recover from. Brian Flores publicly told all of us, oh, yeah, we ain't got time for him to wait. We drafted him 5 overall. It's time for him to go right now. So what happens? Goes out there in the NFL and it struggles. It's the NFL. Like, you think they finna be like, oh, bro, I know you're recovering from your hip. But yeah, bro, we ain't gonna really try to power drive you. We ain't gonna throw all these combo coverages at you. On top of that, you get a man, Chan Gailey. Chan Gailey was Shannon Sharp's coordinator back in the early 90s. Like, bro, we not even finna do this in a modern era, bro. Like, ew, bro. Like, that's why he was babying them, because they come from a time to where you ease quarterbacks in instead of figuring out what they do well from college and try to replicate it over to the NFL, which what every young coordinator does. Chan Gailey was, hey, man, if the way ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Man, get them bums up out of there. And I told you bums the last time, dog. A lot of y'all boys that work at McDonald's, when your engine tell you go take the trash out, y'all be crying about that shit. Tua literally had to come to work. Tua literally had to come to work being shot publicly by his coach, bro. And he still was able to go out there and pull off 7 games straight. 7 games straight. 7 games straight. I don't care whoever it was against. Fall over into the next year where you got all them concussions, but look like the MVP. Lamar, Josh Allen, all them boys was playing perfect games against Tua. Tua figured out a way to beat them dudes, but you want to see the defense was going to sleep or not. He was figuring out a way to string this shit together, bro. Figuring out a way, bro. That ass.
They said Bama talking too long. Let me start cutting this long.
While I'm done praising, I already got my last one.
Yeah, that might have been me. My bad. I just heard that. Yeah.
Bryce Young.
Somebody outside my window cutting their grass.
They said Bama going on too long. There's too much to praise.
Bryce Young. I'm talking. So this is what I'm done. Since I'm the Oracle now, I'm gonna tell y'all the same thing. Bryce Young finna do what y'all see Tua doing right now, and I'm done. My take is over. I'm done. I'm the Oracle, bro. Come see me for the best quarterback takes. I got y'all. I'll never let y'all down. Sorry.
Nadia, can you give Trent the question again?
Yes, absolutely. Welcome in, Trent. So, excuse me, we are talking about the Dolphins and the Chargers. Looking back on that game, was the outcome more about Tua and the Dolphins or Justin Herbert and the Chargers?
I mean, I think it's easily Tua. Him and Tyreek Hill was really wilding out there. But I think another main issue, bro, J-Rob, tell me why I watched the All-22 tape, right? Mm-hmm. And from the Chargers, right? They try to put Khalil Mack on Tyreek Hill? You know how much bad coaching that is, bro? Like, that's so pathetic. Like I know people always gonna say, oh, it's a plea, and people gonna talk about but there's some glaring issues on that, and I'm like that Chargers organization.
Are you copping a plea right now?
Oh no, I'm not copping a plea. Because Herbert played good. There's no issue. The only main issue I had with Herbert was the intentional grounding. He played good, and Tua played better because him and Reek was really wilding.
See, that's what I like to hear. Tua played. Justin Herbert played good. Tua played better. See, that's you're starting to understand, Trent. You're starting to understand.
It's not. It's just that's what it was. But it's just like, damn, bro. And then it's like it was kind of surprising because it's like it kind of like proves that just because you have big names on your defense don't mean you.
But what about J.C. Jackson though? Did you see that tape? You saw that tape?
Oh god,
that was bad tape. Bad tape.
My toaster is out there. That is burnt toast, and he was getting cooked. But it's just like.
Right now, there's two players that I would potentially consider yo, what's up with you? Like Chase Claypool, come sit down in this office. Let me talk to you. Mm-hmm. Where's your effort at? You really not gonna give effort? Like to me, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, Trent. I just don't understand that you making millions of dollars. You making enough money to change your family for generations, bro. Make investments, do things that people will never get to do, and you can't throw a block. You can't catch a screen. You can't crack. You can't run a route hard. J.C. Jackson, you can't cover. You can't at least run to the football to make a tackle after you give up a catch. Like we paying you all this bread. Like how I don't understand. How
you think I feel about Evan Neal? How you think I feel about that? Like, bro, it's just like, bro, like you gotta pick it up. I ain't like when you sent that Chase Claypool film. I was like, that's just sad, bro. Like, that's middle school effort.
That shit made me hot. Like, I was hot. I hated seeing that. It made me want to throw up. Like, yo,
that's why I can never be a coach. I don't know how my pops do it, so I can never be a coach. You can get cussed out doing that, bro. OD. You're not out on the field jogging, just whiffing blocks and just not walking on the field. That's just sad. And then, like, it's just. But nah,
bro, it was one play. He just let Buddy just push him into the. He was supposed to be blocking on the screen and just like, bro,
he's 6'4", 220. Like, you are huge. Like, what? And listen, you letting a DB that's 5'11" just absolutely dominate you at the line of scrimmage.
Go back to the main point though. Shout out to he balled out. We gotta see what's the name. The rest he can do it because I know it's one game. We gotta see the rest because I said if Jalen Ramsey didn't get hurt, he would have been real contenders. It's all on Tua. If he doesn't get hurt and he plays, it's all on Tua.
They just like the Cowboys.
I ain't gonna lie. I think the Dolphins is a shoo-in right now to win the division, bro. Because they're gonna get Jay Ram back at some point, probably around late in the season. If I'm them, right now, Trent, they the best team. Like, I'm not even trying to
say right now,
right now, as of today, as of right now, they're the best team. Because even when I look at the Bills, like You know, Josh Allen didn't look too great. They still don't have a running game. They still don't have a running game. And I still think low key, that rush defense ain't like that. You've seen the Jets with a bad O-line that, as y'all say, still getting off in that run game, bro. Once we get the pass blocking down, you know, maybe we could make some plays.
It's crazy. Dalvin Cook chose to go to the Jets instead of.
Y'all talk about Josh Allen already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, because
you can't play like that as
J-Rob, Bama, Dub.
Oh yeah, we heard about it. I wrote it down and I heard it so many times.
About it. But I will say, I don't want to get into it too much. There is a double standard running around from week 1 though, from Joe Burrow and Josh Allen though. There is a double standard.
Nah.
It's a huge double standard.
We would be if Josh Allen played like that too. We'd be cooking.
Because here's the thing, Jared. Because I'm gonna have my rant on Gridiron.
We done seen Josh Allen do this a few times.
Here's the thing, though, Jared. But here's the thing,
there's been multiple of these.
Because I'm
in perfect conditions though.
Wait, hold on. Because I'm gonna
no rain.
Because here's my thing. Because I'm gonna have my rant on Gridiron. Because the first thing, when do we start talking about giving QBs excuses for the rain? Second, Kobe Bryant scored the same amount of points as Joe Burrow throwing passing yards. Now I get it. He got pressured a lot, but he was throwing a lot of bull, throwing a lot of ducks, but he's not getting the same energy because he's playing in the rain. I don't know when rain.
Nah, I never said nothing about playing in the rain. I never brought up that rain.
I said I don't remember.
Who brought up the rain? Tell me who up here brought up the rain.
I bring up the rain because that's nasty work, bro. Because y'all being nasty, bro. That's so nasty, bro. Like you know, son, like, bro, y'all know, bro, like, don't play this dumb game, bro. Like, you know the game is way different when it rains, bro. From everything from route running to running the ball, bro, everything.
Bro, when did we start doing that, man? Where they do that at? I ain't hear that.
Because you say, bro, what's the number one thing we say? Context matters, bro. That is a major context that you just leave out in the performance. You like, oh, Joe Burrow threw for 81 yards. Bro, be honest, bro. It was raining really bad, bro.
You're missing the point, though. You miss what I'm saying. When did we start doing that for QBs, though? Like, because Daniel Jones said that was the rain. Nobody said, yeah, I saw y'all. Y'all was shitting on him. OD. And he had 27. And they had 27. And the Cowboys had 27 pressures, 7 sacks. If this was any other quarterback, y'all would put context for that. Again, they had the same amount of pressures as Daniel Jones passing attempts. And it was raining. He was boo-boo. But he got shitted on, right? But Joe Burrow get that pass though.
I think your whole squad got shitted on, honestly.
Yeah, you're right. I'm saying you're right for sure. But I'm saying though,
no bullshit.
I didn't hear that excuse for when Trey Lance when they played the Bears and it was a tropical storm out there. Like
I gave him that excuse.
I'm just saying though. I didn't know when rain. If you kept the same,
I'm just saying, yeah.
I just don't remember when it was the tropical storm and when people gave excuses for rain. I didn't know that.
I just feel like in a pass-happy league where they rely heavily on the play of the quarterback, rain it makes a really big difference.
I just want to know when it happened.
And what Nadi, the first question she asked with all the sacks that was going on, the route concepts, a lot of these coordinators be drawing up and stuff. It puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback to make these big high-level throws, bro. So if it's raining very bad,
but ain't they supposed to be paid to have money to do that?
But I get what you're saying, bro. Y'all watch that Cleveland game, bro. It was raining real bad, bro. It was a shitty situation for the
Deshaun Watson played trash, though. Let's not do
it. Because here's the thing, though. Joe Burrow is, again, because I'm going to say Joe Burrow is the highest paid player, not for the position, in NFL history. Imagine this be Justin Herbert throwing 81 yards in the rain. Imagine this be 81 yards in the rain. They will be getting crucified. Murdered. And y'all imagine this is Josh Allen in the rain throwing for 81 yards. Y'all will be murdering him. That's facts, bro. But when it's for Joe Burrow, because he's beaten Patrick Mahomes before, he been to the Super Bowl, we gonna chill. We're gonna give him a break. Because every time he plays the Browns, he always plays doo-doo.
He kind of cooking, I'm not gonna lie.
That's the thing, though. We brought that up. We said he was 1-4 against the Browns.
I got you, Chris.
Yeah, but where's the energy in your voice of cooking him like y'all do Josh Allen?
Josh Allen was bad.
Josh Allen been doing
horrible. He was
horrible. 81 yards. Hold on, 81 yards, 42%.
He was. Josh Allen played worse, Mookie. Josh Allen played worse.
I ain't gonna lie. Josh Allen.
Yes, he did.
This was worse
he was
than the
reason the Jets won.
Now,
Okay,
I'm
listen,
talking
I'm not.
about
Josh
Hold
Allen
on,
was
Josh
worse
Allen.
than Joe Burrow,
This is
bro.
why I've been y'all now just
You trying
now
to tell
getting on
me
the roller coaster.
Josh
Y'all
Allen played
now hold
better
on.
than
Y'all
Joe?
now just getting on the
If
y'all now getting on the
Wait,
roller coaster
if
of bashing
one
Josh
by
Allen. I
Oh
told y'all
my
about Josh
God,
Allen.
It's not a
But,
roller coaster,
hold
bro.
on.
my
I already
Y'all,
gave you the
God,
numbers, bro.
bro.
I gave you
hold
the
on.
facts, bro.
Hold on. He started getting hype. He started getting ascended after that divisional game against the Chiefs, and everybody felt sorry for him, right? Because he lost a heartbreaker overtime to Patrick Mahomes, right? And the NFL changed the rules for him because they felt so sorry about Josh Allen as well. Whereas you get an extra possession in overtime if a team scoring their first possession in overtime, right? So they changed the rules for Josh Allen, and then in the next time in the postseason setting, he almost lost to a backup quarterback with the Dolphins. If they had two in the game, he would have lost in the wild card, ladies and gentlemen, right? And then against the Bengals, what was it? Interception, a fumble, made bad reads, his progression. We talking about turns of post snap was terrible as well, bro. Like, bro, this is the thing. What I've been saying about Josh Allen, the fact that this narrative that he's the second best quarterback in the NFL when he's not, when you got Herbert and Burrow. The thing about Herbert and Burrow and Mahomes, they're way better decision makers, bro. They better at processing
I don't
coverage. They're
disagree
better in
with
the
you.
pre-snap. They're better in just taking what the defense given, whereas Josh Allen is looking to make the big play. He's looking to stretch the field and give it to Stephon Diggs. That's why I sat there and said about y'all, bro. Like, who was Josh Allen before Diggs came down and touched down? Like, who was him? Because nobody knew
Mookie,
who he
we've been
was. You know
saying
what I'm
this,
saying?
bro. We've
And like I
been
sat there
saying
and
this.
said,
and
y'all
that's
just now crucifying this man. Y'all just now getting
no,
on the
no,
train
no.
No,
and
we're
stepping
not. No,
on
we're
Josh
dead
Allen,
not. You're
bro.
dead lying. You're
Mookie,
dead
we all
lying.
the main people that been on Josh Allen is me,
We've
Ben,
been saying
Rob.
this
We've
shit.
been
Yeah,
saying
we've been saying this
my
shit,
main
bro.
point is I just feel like
We was saying this shit when it wasn't cool, bro.
yeah, facts. All I'm saying is I feel like the energy needs to be the same with these two quarterbacks because I don't want no double standard because that's nasty.
But to me, them guys is way better. I'm not saying you can't play no whack game, but like for me with Josh Allen, like this been the thing. They not there's always been this question that Josh Allen was top 2, top 3. Lamar Jackson, we never thought he was top 2, top 3. Justin Herbert, I don't think he's top 3. Mookie, you
He's
may
in that
say he's
combo.
top 2. He's in
He's
the
top 3.
conversation for sure. But I don't think Josh Allen ever really deserved to be that. I think we was gassing a few moments. And I've been telling y'all he's not a great decision maker. He's heavily reliant on Stephon Diggs. And I think against the Jets defense, when you see him against defenses that are actually good and worth a damn, example, Miami Dolphins last year, this year against the Jets, we beat. Like, this is what he does, bro. So I just feel like we've been saying these guys are a little overrated because I don't think his decision making is that great. I don't think his intermediate throwing is elite. Believe it or not, by percentage, if you go to intermediate throws, so those middle of the field, comebacks, outs, those short. Lamar Jackson, whether you want to believe this or not, has been a more efficient thrower in intermediate routes than Josh
but
Allen.
you got
so
put context
ultimately,
with it.
like,
It's
no,
lower
no
volume.
context. No,
Well, let me
okay, I
ask you
understand
It's lower volume.
context.
It's lower temp. So if you got a higher temp, of course
It doesn't matter, bro.
J-Rod, let me
it's gonna
ask
be
you
lower, bro.
J-Rod, let me
Come on,
ask you
J-Rod.
this thing because you
You
said
gotta put context on the stats.
the majority of stuff you said about Josh Allen, I mainly agree on it because even though I still think he's in these top 3, even when someone say he's second best quarterback, I'm not bad in the eye. Like if you're talking about overall, I don't really care. But my thing is though, because people always talk about like mid performances and playoffs. How many more mid performances before people start getting on Joe Burrow? How many? Like
Trent, what are you talking? Trent,
He's
what are you
had
talking
one
about?
perfect. No, because here's my Mookie. Let me learn quick. He's had one perfect game in the playoffs. And he's had a multiple dirty wins when he's played mid and they done won. And then y'all make people make it seem like
Joe Burrow has been great in the playoffs. What are you talking about?
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
He's going Trent go by the numbers though.
No, I go by the tape.
What do you mean? Hold on, you telling me Joe Burrow wasn't good against the Titans? You telling me he wasn't good? He wasn't good. He wasn't good. He wasn't good against the Chiefs in the second half of the goddamn game.
That's it. The Chiefs.
The Raiders.
But the thing is, though, you
No,
acting
because-
like. But
because
the reason why I can't get behind Trent's argument about him being mid is because he's going by the numbers and how to start the game. But how them games finish? How them games finish?
Okay, hold on.
Who made the plays needed to win the game? Like, bro, I keep telling you, bro, you could win. I'm telling you, you could win dirty. I'm not, especially in the playoffs. I don't care about you always. Like, yes, doesn't matter if you're playing a team that's lesser than you in the playoffs. That's you should be dominant. But it's the playoffs in the NFL, bro. I'm not expecting every game to be pretty. These games are gonna be grudge matches, bro.
Okay,
so like,
because you didn't let me finish. Because here's my thing. I'm not going off the numbers. I'm going on share tape because there's Because the same way how people applaud the run when Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl, nobody talks about how Josh Allen, when he went stupid versus the Chiefs, and then the game before that, he had a perfect game versus a top 5 defense and the best defensive coach of all time. He played perfect, and nobody talks about that.
Against who?
Hold on, but he's had mid performances, so people give him slack. I kind of feel like it's the same thing with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but that's how it goes though, bro. That's the name of the game, gang.
So that's what I'm asking you.
People, yeah, that's how it's gonna go.
That's what I'm asking you. When are we starting to go like have these conversations with Joe Burrow now?
When I see Joe, when Joe Burrow, when we get to the postseason and Joe Burrow decides to be a bum, that's when we'll have that conversation.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, they still win games. That man's still going back to AFC championships. Like, he's been to more than one. He's been to a Super Bowl. I understand you may not like his numbers in the playoffs, but in those games where he has to put together drives and make the plays needed to help them at least score, get a field goal, do what it takes to advance to the next round, Joe Burrow has shown that he could do that. I understand Josh Allen lost in 13 seconds, so I'm never crucifying Josh Allen for that Chiefs game. Nobody ever said that was a fluke, and nobody said that performance was whack in the playoff game before. But I'm just saying, outside of those two moments, Trent, in my eyes, every other time I've seen Josh Allen, to me, in big games, he's either been a turnover machine or he's not come out on top. And obviously that 0-5 in overtime games, that should also matter at some point, because ultimately that shows when the rubber meets the road, you can't get it done. And obviously against the Jets, it was a kick, it was a punt return. You can't call that. You can't see that coming. But at the same time, you got the ball first, bro, in overtime. So.
Yeah, I also feel what you're saying. Because if you playing, I'm just like, you're playing mid and okay, and your team is getting the dub, not going to elevate you to where I'm thinking you're just a good playoff performer when you're just playing okay. But I see what you're saying, because I feel like they're both, like it or not, unless Joe Burrow has some game-changing moments, they will always be in the same tier. There's going to be never a point unless Josh Allen takes a huge regression or Joe Burrow takes a huge step up. They're always going to be.
They'll be in the same tier. They'll be in the same.
Always going to have these conversations with these people. I just want the same energy, honestly.
But I think shit could change based off standards. Like, I think if guys like Deshaun, if he goes crazy this year, I think there's guys who are gonna push the standard. You know what I'm saying? So, we may end up having more tiers just because, listen, we all know Deshaun Watson could shake the room in terms of just like what he is at his best. You know what I'm saying? So.
My thing is though,
I don't know if Deshaun would get back to the pre allegations of Deshaun Watson, man. I just don't see it. And when I watched the Browns and Bengals game, bro, it was so many times where I'm just like, the passes that he was missing. Maybe what the weather did play a part, but the reads and his decision making and throwing the football past 10 yards was just not there for Deshaun Watson. The passes that he normally hits pre allegations, I'm like, those are the passes that he would hit, and the fact that he was just not hitting on, the fact that he was missing in his progressions and his reads was something that is concerning for me, bro. And I understand, like, he didn't look too good. I understand he's been out for a year, you know what I'm saying, but I don't see. I don't see this Deshaun Watson.
If it was in perfect conditions, I'd understand some of your concerns, but you saw how it was. You saw how it was. Like, you literally saw how it was. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw.
But I'm not even worried about the conditions. I just think he's talking about the throws.
Watson missed so many reads. His decision making and then reading coverages was not really that good.
Bro, he missed a full year. He
missed
missed 10 games
going
into the season, bro.
Did y'all see that pick that he had? I mean,
it was a bad pick, but here's the thing.
That was a bad pick. He was making the right reads. He was just short selling passes, bro. Like,
it's week one, bro. We all gotta understand. We doing all this talk right here. It is week one.
Yeah, realistically,
week one from week 16 is going to be totally different. You don't know how the game is going to be.
I know who played good in week one.
Who's going to break out?
Oh, don't start, Mookie. Do not start.
My thing is
let Brandon go.
Not start.
Hold on, let Ben go, and then let's get to our next topic because we only got a certain amount of time left.
Yeah, I'll make it quick. My thing though is with Josh Allen. Like, I know he played bad and all that type of stuff, but thing is, Josh Allen always going to Diggs. He always going to Diggs, and not only that, they need a run game. They got no run game.
Facts.
They got no run game. Like, that's why I don't think they go have this Super Bowl run, because they don't got a run game, and that's important. Like, they never go after these guys like JT and or None Chubb, none of them.
I mean, Cook showed flashes, but
Now Cook is all right, but I do think them got a run game. I don't know if they have the offensive line though. But Nadia, what we got next? What's on the docket for us?
We've been talking about QBs all episode, but we're gonna continue the conversation. So considering what we've seen so far in week 1, we're gonna be ranking the way too early QB top 10s. J-Rob, start us off with your ranking.
All right, way too early top 10 right now. I'm gonna go no order though. I'm gonna go no order. This is just the 10 guys because I think it's way too early. So Mahomes, Lamar, Allen, Herbert, Burrow, Stafford, Jared Edge, Tua Tagovailoa. Who am I missing? I'm gonna go Deshaun Watson, and actually at 10, I'm gonna go Brock Purdy.
Wow. I'll take a question before you go. Are we going
Really?
one or just like who we think is going to be the top 10?
It's way too early, so it's just like if you had to go after week 1, give 10 quarterbacks right now, because obviously I think this will change by the end of the season. But if you go after week 1 right now, what's your top 10? No order though. This is no order, y'all. It's just your 10 quarterbacks.
I'll go. I think we should stay close to where J-Rob was. It's pretty, close. I don't think too much happened. Right? It's week 1. It was a lot of bad weather. All the top guys literally didn't look like top guys. I will say I'm putting that asterisk by Josh Allen's name. Just bro, you gotta stop doing the turnovers, bro. Like I know a lot of people are saying, well, it was against the Jets and this and that. It's like, but
you've been in the league long enough. You can't be making those mistakes, man. You've been in the league long enough.
Like I said, but he's had 84 turnovers, and to put that in perspective, Lamar has 55, right? So. This isn't a one-game thing. This is a large sample size, and it's still getting worse. And I think it's getting worse because he's getting less confident as he goes. That's why the dig stuff is happening. He's force-feeding it to him. So I'm going to slide him down a little bit. I know we've had him 3 through about 5. I'm going to say you still in the top 10, obviously. But I'm going to sit you about 7, 8 just because you in timeout right now. Do something you can move back up. I think Matthew Stafford definitely slid his way back. For people to recognize that he's still a really good quarterback. Tua needs to be more respected by a lot of people because if you think about it, he's left out a lot of people's top 10s or people when you think about him. I think with how he's been playing, every time he's healthy, you see literally college numbers. You see Shador Sanders, Caleb Williams type numbers from him in the NFL. So I think that's where I'm going. All the rest of the guys we know from, Lamar and Deshaun. Unfortunately, Rodgers out for the year. You got Mahomes, Herbert. But I will say the names that I wanted to mention was Tua, needs to get more respect, slide him back into 10 for y'all that didn't have him. Matthew Stafford, give him respect because he's out there playing with a group of guys like us at wide receiver, right? It ain't like we can't barely even name his receivers' names.
Better than me. I'm not going to lie.
But I'm just saying comparable to what other people, right?
Yeah.
And then you got Allen who's sitting in timeout because that was just an atrocious performance.
I'm gonna say this. This is so easy. I have high expectation when quarterbacks and ranking quarterbacks. I watch film on quarterbacks, one of my favorite positions in football. But it's this easy. You got Mahomes, you got Herbert, you got Burrow, you got Allen. You got Jalen Hurts, right? You got who else? Trevor Lawrence. I don't know why y'all not speaking about Trevor Lawrence. This man looked great.
I forgot Trevor Lawrence and Jalen Hurts.
Trevor Lawrence. Who else we got? Tua, but I don't know. We're gonna put Matthew Stafford. I like Matthew Stafford in there. And this is one guy that y'all missed.
God. Oh God.
Derek Carr. Derek Carr.
No.
Right back in the top 10.
13 to 11. That's where
Derek
he's at
Carr,
best.
ladies and gentlemen. I know it's a trend.
No, I refuse.
I know it's a trend to hate on. I know it's a trend to hate on.
No, bro, I saw that pick he threw.
Hold on. I know it's a trend. Hold on. I know it's a trend to hate Derek Carr.
No, because if you was playing for the Titans, you wouldn't be saying that. You wouldn't be saying that.
If you actually watch him play, ladies and gentlemen, Derek Carr is clutch. Ladies and gentlemen, Y'all all about clutchness in the quarterbacks and what they've done in the fourth quarter. Do you know ever since 2016, Derek Carr leads the NFL out of active quarterbacks in game-winning drives? J-Rob, remember? You know that? But
Yeah,
like I said,
that's the most
That's the most
I would show that. It's the most overrated stat in the league.
like I said, ladies and gentlemen, 305 yards, had a
Hey,
big
who next with this top 10 list? Get the shit
Derek,
out.
Let me go next.
Derek Carr is up there. Who else we missing? I said Matthew Stafford.
This is dumb.
And then you could throw in Kirk Cousins in there, man. After that,
Jesus
that's it.
Christ, bro. Stop it. Here's the top 10. Okay. Mahomes, Tua, Josh Allen, Burrow. I'd put Stafford in there. With Aaron Rodgers out, I'm sticking Brock Purdy right at 10. Right there. Then I'm going Jalen Hurts. Then I'm going to go T-Law. How many is that? That's 7 or 8. I lost count. 7 or 8.
It's like
I
Is
think
that
it's
7?
7.
7. I want to put Jared Goff in there so bad, but I can't. Then I'm gonna go. I want to put him in there, but I can't. Lamar Jackson. So that's 8. Was that 8 or 7? That's 8.
8.
Herbert and then the last
Is this
one.
in order?
No, it's not in order. It's not in order at all. Okay, I'm not putting Derek Carr in there. I'll take Kirk Cousins over Derek Carr right now. Stop it.
Imagine if Derek Carr had Jettis. You won't be saying that.
He got my stop.
He had Devontae Adams. He had Devontae Adams.
Yeah, that's a troll argument. You
Stop
saying
anything.
This is just propaganda.
Hold on. He had Devontae Adams and did Devontae he had one of his best seasons he had in his career.
And where was they at, bro?
What did he do with it?
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Oh, no, it's not.
Nothing, J-Rob.
He had an
You a fool,
incompetent.
bro. You a fool for that take, bro.
He had a
You a fool for that
trash
take.
head coach.
If you was playing for the Buccaneers, you wouldn't be saying nothing about it, bro. Just be honest with you. Just be honest.
He had one of the worst coaches in the NFL and Josh McDaniels, ladies and gentlemen, right? And at the end of the day, bro, the offense was incompetent. They didn't have good schemes running down there with the talent. They didn't maximize the talent.
He had a great tight end. He had one of the
great
best
tight end.
receivers in
What are
the
you
league.
talking about? Waller didn't play the whole season. What are you talking about, bro?
Okay.
Stop this casual stuff, bro.
We're gonna
All
talk.
right.
Damn.
This is
We're
dumb.
going to go ahead,
Give me
man.
your list, Bama.
All right, yeah, because I got work. Y'all are talking dumb shit. All right, so this is early week 1 now. Week 1 QBs, early week 1. It was just irresponsible just to put all the top people in there and they didn't have good games. Play the damn game. So if we plan the game based off of what she said, 2 early top 10s. All them top QBs that had bad games, they not in the top 10 because they had bad games. It's just too early. So based off of what I saw from these quarterbacks week 1, here's the new top 10. Number 1, Tua Tagovailoa. He's the best quarterback in the league
I can't say his name
now
right.
as
He
of
played for
week
y'all.
1.
What?
He's the best quarterback based off of week 1. 2 early reaction.
That's true.
I was just watching NFL football
That's facts, though.
on week 1.
That's facts.
I would think that Tua Tagovailoa is the best quarterback.
I hope
in
Derek
the
Carr in the
NFL.
top 5 because he.
If I started watching football week 1, all right. For number 2, if I started watching football week 1, Trevor Lawrence. All right. Number 3 would be Brock Purdy. Number 4 would be Matt Stafford. Number 5, I'm going to give it to Mahomes right there because Kadarius Toney pulled a Space Jam. He got all of his powers, stole from him, and Mahomes only lost by a point. Number 6, AR-15. He got A.
What the?
Anthony Richardson. You got my team.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Yeah.
AR
Thank you. Y'all finally come around, bro.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Listen,
he's a
that's why I put T-Law at 2. T-Law really stole that game from AR-15, but I ain't gonna keep going. Number 7.
I would say
I got
AR threw that game to T-Law, but okay.
Number 7, I got Jalen Hurts. Number 8, I got Carrick.
Huh?
I can't lie. Derek Carr. I ain't gonna lie. He did what he needed to do week 1. Number 9. I hate to say it. Dak Prescott. And number 10, Butter Mayfield.
No Herbert. No Herbert.
No.
No.
Herbert is crazy.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about week one. Man, y'all crazy.
Yeah, I didn't.
Y'all,
I just decided
Wait,
not to watch
wait,
it.
wait.
No,
Jimmy,
hold on.
If
Bama,
you
Bama,
say them
he-
quarterbacks,
Just because
if
he
you
lost.
say them
you think
quarterbacks didn't
AR-15
ball
played
out
better than Herbert?
week one, yes.
no, he was not.
Hey, Bama. I think we around the season. I think we need to start bringing back the catnip because that's what you own right now.
Yeah, you own that catnip. You own that catnip.
This man Mookie was blowing up Derek Carr. He barely beat the Titans by 1
Hold on,
point,
hold on.
and
The
Tannehill
Titans-
was
hold on.
selling the
Hold
whole
on.
game, bro.
And y'all barely beat the Patriots. So what's your point? Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
The
Like I said,
Patriots are better than the Titans.
how are y'all gonna sit there and say AR-15 was better than Justin Herbert, bro? That is crazy.
I'm gonna name mine no order.
Oh shit, Angie, you right. Oh,
Yeah, I was about to name him. I'm about to name him.
Oh, yeah,
We didn't
Jordan
even talk
Love.
about. We didn't even talk.
Yeah, so
bro, his name is
I'm gonna
Jordan
name
Love.
myself.
You keep calling him Bryce for some goddamn reason.
All right,
I'll
so
go after you.
because I remember Bryce from Stanford.
no.
Jordan Love was good.
No order. So of course, because I feel what you're saying, Bama, but I just can't go like that. I can't
go like that.
I can't think like that, bro. I can't think of like if
That
I'm
is tough.
I can't think like
Well,
that.
stop trying to be politically correct so much. This ain't ESPN, nigga. Play the game, nigga.
Play the game.
That's
All right,
y'all
but nah, so
problem.
no order probably so Mahomes, Herbert, T-Law, Jalen Hurts, Lamar, Jordan Love. I mean, what was that? What 6? That's like 6. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. We don't like Derek Carr, bruh. He
played good. He played good.
I ain't gonna lie. Nobody talked about him.
Talk about Jimmy G.
Surprised how he played versus the defense. Mac Jones played pretty well.
Facts.
You got Mac Jones, I put him. There was like 8. You got Brock Purdy, and then even though he had them 3, I'm still gonna put Kirk, bro, because it's still 1 week. So I'm putting Kirk, bro. I'm putting Kirk at the last spot.
Hey,
All right. I got Mahomes, Tua, Stafford.
I got Tua, yeah, him too. He's first.
Mahomes, Tua, Stafford.
you about to say Geno Smith?
No, he played bad. He played bad.
He played bad.
He played
bad.
bad.
Oh my
Lamar.
God.
Lamar. We're not doing this, Randall. We're not doing this.
Yeah, not right now.
Brock Purdy. I'll go Derek Carr. I think I got like 3 more. Anthony Richardson. No, Trevor Lawrence. I forgot about Trevor Lawrence. Trevor, Anthony Richardson. And I go Jordan Love. I think I'm missing some people though.
I like it.
This man Michael was saying.
Pretty solid list. Let's keep the show moving. Looking ahead to the slate of games that we have coming up, which teams do you predict will bounce back this week after falling 0-1 in week 1? Random. What are you thinking?
I think the Chiefs need to reestablish themselves. So going into Jacksonville, it's gonna be a big game, and then another way to just let your rival know, like, hey, y'all thought we was slipping. I think the Chiefs maybe smack the Jags this week. Just let them know. Let the whole thing know. Plus, Chris Jones is back, so Chris Jones got a little thing to do as well.
And Kelsey
a little bit as well, and Kelsey as well. Yeah.
Okay, DP.
The team that has to bounce back, I definitely believe when you're the Super Bowl champs, losing like you did, the game that you should have won at home, I think it puts a bad taste in your mouth. And it also puts your whole team on notice, right? Hey, when we don't got Tyreek anymore, Kelsey was out, Chris Jones was out, yeah. But it shows that y'all separation is a lot. It's the margin is closer. We got to play better. We got to make plays. There were some things that you could do back in the past in Mahomes could bail you out. Tyreek could bail you out, right, by catching a slant and going. I think that's a very big game for the Chiefs to bounce back. And I'm very interested to see what Joe Burrow, as bad as that game went for them, do against Lamar and them, because that you can't lose to the Browns and
then
then
the
come
Ravens.
back and lose at home against the Ravens. So those are 2 games that I'm really looking at seeing is the Chiefs, but I think the bigger game is definitely the Bengals, and I think they definitely need a win.
Okay, Bama.
I mean, we could easily say Patrick Mahomes, but shit, I ain't gonna lie. I can see that boy going on 2 this Sunday. I hate to say it. That boy
Facts.
T-Law some serious. I hate to say it, bro. Like I say, it's toss-ups. So I'll probably say who really need one bad. What that look? Where he at? Oh, he gone. Them Giants. Boy, losing 40-0? 40-0?
Did they set a
After paying
record?
that boy $41 million? Boy, y'all boys better bounce back and y'all better put 3 up this Sunday. Boy, the score note. Listen, y'all paid that man after 15 passing touchdowns. Y'all paid him $41 million, and he showed you he potentially could have another 15 touchdown passing touchdown. He just showed you. If that don't show you last week, he
They better
showed you
cut him
might
if
go
he
out
does
there
that again.
another 15, dog. Man, y'all boys better. I don't care if y'all y'all had the season y'all had. $41 million for paying QBs like Daniel Jones. Boy, you better bounce back. You better.
They're
show
playing
me
the Cardinals
something.
this week too, and the
I
Cardinals
don't
is
care
in
who
full
they
tank
playing.
mode.
I don't
They
care if
should
they
win that
playing
game.
the NFC All Stars. That boy better figure out how to score a touchdown. His only promising drive, he had to keep spamming Saquon until Saquon ran out of gas, and Saquon had to go off the field, and no points came up out of that drive when it was just Daniel Jones and no one else. I don't know. He better show me something right there, especially with how the coach's son get up here and cap for that team all day, every day. Super Bowl contenders, best team in the NFC, all of that bullshit. Boy, them boys better show me some. Not scoring no points. Y'all better come up here and show me some. You better get out there and play Madden, Trent. You better go out there with that PlayStation stick and control Daniel Jones yourself, my boy. But 0 points, yeah, it's the Giants for me.
Yeah, I actually was gonna say the Giants too, because you can't go out there and lose to them Cardinals after that performance. I'm 100% with Bama there, but since he picked them, the team that I think got to bounce back is the Chargers. You lose to them Titans in Tennessee. You drop the season 2-0. I said earlier, Brandon Staley got the hottest coaching seat in the country right now.
Facts.
He go 0-2 with them Titans. That seat went from 300 to about 375, close to 400. And once that shit hit about 800, he's out of there. So you don't want to go 0-2. You better bounce back. But I'm nervous because even though Ryan Tannehill's a bum, I saw that performance that J.C. Jackson gave, and I saw that performance by that Chargers defense. They let Derrick Henry go out there and run wild. Chargers, look out. Brandon Staley, look out. Your job may be on the line.
All right, Mookie.
Y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I was really about to pick the Chargers. But I'm gonna help expound on that point. Because it's easily them. Nobody else, right? The fact of the matter that defense was just so terrible, right? And the fact that with the offseason acquisition that they got, bringing in a guy like Kellen Moore, and the fact that their offense did really move the ball really effectively, bro. But their defense was just so terrible. You go back and watch the all 22. It was so many mistakes that was made by Brandon Staley, ladies and gentlemen, right? The fact that there was a winnable game that they could have won against the Dolphins, they would have made a simple adjustment, right? And the fact that they didn't do that, and they lose the first game, they cannot go down 0-2, lose against the Tennessee Titans, ladies and gentlemen, right? And at the end of the day, it's going to be all tested by that defense, man. If you telling me that a guy like Ryan Tannehill threw 3 picks, terrible garbage, right? And you telling me he goes to the goddamn Chargers and play them, and he throws for 250, 300 yards, and you got Derrick Henry running wild on that defense, and they go down 0-2, Brandon Staley, ladies and gentlemen, will get that note of termination. He will be out of there quick as y'all know before the season even ends, right? So yes, it's pressure because people think that the Chargers can compete for a Super Bowl, bro. And if they go down 0-2, that'll be terrible, bro. Real tall as well, bro. And also the Browns. Not the Browns, but the Bengals.
All right.
Super Bowl contenders. They were Super Bowl contenders. People think that the Bengals is overwhelmingly the favorite in the AFC, which I believe they are because I believe they was better than Chiefs last year, and the rest ended up cheating them. But I think for the Bengals, ladies and gentlemen, the terrible performance by Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, non-factor, couldn't move the football down the field effectively, ladies and gentlemen, only scoring 3 points. they're going to have to dominate the Ravens. This is going to have to be a virtuoso performance. As yes, that was a bad game, that was a bad performance, but the AFC still goes to us, right? And at the end of the day, it's about them taking care of the ball. It's about them playing good defensively, right? It's about being effective in the passing game, right? And I believe the Bengals, if they go down 0-2, we're going to have some conversations.
Mm.
That's all I got.
Thank you for the Cardinals. Brandon.
For me, I'm going for my team, the Seattle Seahawks. We got to bounce back next week. We play Detroit though, but the thing is though, like last game, our defense was freaking terrible, letting Tutu, Atwell, and Nasco, whatever his name is, go off.
My boy Puka, man.
Yeah,
Nakua.
Puka,
Nakua.
man.
Puka Nakua, baby, pass me the Puka. Let's go.
Yeah, but I think because we're
Make
gonna
shirts,
have
J-Rob.
we're gonna have our fifth pick, our rookie back on Devin Witherspoon, and Jamal Adams supposed to come back as well. Don't forget about that man Jamal Adams. But
You talking about the basically the linebacker? The linebacker? Your linebacker coming back?
Yeah,
hey, but
shout
we
out
need
to-
that. But we need that though. We need that though.
Yeah, they need
But,
help in that run game.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Geno Smith, although he played kind of mid, I expect a bounce back game with him. I want to see more for JSN though, because we're using him a lot for like bubble screens and stuff like that. We shouldn't use him like that. You know what I'm saying? So
I
yeah.
feel
All
you,
right,
man.
so hopefully those teams that fell 0-1 in week 1 can bounce back this weekend. But for our last segment, we're talking about 2 QBs who could use some help. Daniel Jones and Justin Fields both have terrible supporting casts. Which situation is worse, and who do you think is more likely to overcome their situation? DP, what are your thoughts?
Both situations are tragic. The Bears haven't been good since I feel like they went to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman that year and had that defense. The Giants haven't been good probably since Eli Manning won them a Super Bowl. But I would say anytime you get smacked 40-0, that says a lot about the situation you're in. Justin Fields and them did not look good, but at least they put up some points. Justin Fields does have a good wide receiver. Justin Fields can run and throw the ball, just like Danny Jones can run and throw the ball around. But I don't see there, in to be honest, I just don't see an out for what the Giants can bring. When you have a home game and you lose 40-0 to a division rival, arch rival on the Cowboys, all that good stuff, like it just says a lot about where you're at that moment, right? It's hard to lose by 40 points in the NFL. That's why the spreads are always 3, 2, 5. If you see, like, I bet all the time. If I see an 8-point spread, I'm not touching it. That for even like if put it this way, the old Kansas City Chiefs could be playing the New York Giants today, and it's an 8-point spread. I'm like, no, that's too much for me in the NFL.
Right.
Like it's just scary, right? To lose by 40. That says all I need to know of how bad your situation is. I don't care about any other things other than losing by 40, scoring no points. Yeah, Danny Jones and them Giants got a very bad situation going right there.
I'd probably go if I had to pick between the situations. I feel like Justin Fields' situation is worse only because Brian Daboll is a good coach. And I also think Justin Fields has so much more talent than Daniel Jones, and that it is all being squandered right now in Chicago.
Right.
And so I think that's why it pisses me off even more, just because, you know, if you follow Justin Fields in his career prior, the last time you saw Justin Fields in a college uniform, he threw 6 touchdown passes against Trevor Lawrence, who is known as like this perennial generational talent. And then he goes to the league and he's had to become and adapt and be this known running quarterback. But if you know, Justin Fields threw 40 touchdown passes and I think 3 interceptions his final year in college. Like, he's always been a great passer of the football, and he's out here running for his life. You got a receiver out. You got a number 2 receiver that you paid his money, who won't block, who won't make a catch, who won't run his routes hard. You're heavily relying on DJ Moore. Your O-line is still not that great. Your defense is not that great. And ultimately, he's this talented quarterback that has all this ability, and I just think it's literally being squandered. And sometimes I wish he had a more creative offensive mind, because I think it would be different if he was a 49er. I think his situation would be different if he was a Ram. I think his situation would be different in plenty of situations around the league. And it sucks because this is where he's at. And so I feel like they're gonna waste this talented player just because, you know, the front office and coaching situation is just so rocky. It's never been consistent.
Justin Fields' situation would be different if he was on any other team than the Giants. To be honest, probably them and the Cardinals. Like, it's about two teams. Like,
no, for real though,
wouldn't be able to really use him like he needs to be used. Like, it's bad. And so, like I said, you put it that way, as far as whose situation is worse, I would say Fields. What situation is worse? I would say the Giants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would. Do you want to go, Brandon?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'll go. I think the worst situation is the Chicago Bears, Justin Fields situation. Only because I don't see nothing fixed there in Chicago. Like, the O-line's still bad. I mean, you got DJ Moore, but that really don't even help. And so, like, like J-Rob said, like, the defense ain't really improved like that. But it's only week 1. Hopefully they improve. So, yeah.
Daniel, you want to round us out for this segment? You're muted.
Yeah, so I pretty much agree with everybody. To me, I feel like the Bears, they just got to cut a few players, like old boy that play receiver, Claypool. They got to get rid of him. Just based off the situation is bad because they're a younger team. They still haven't established an identity. So I'll probably say, just based off of that, the Giants probably would be able to turn that situation around quicker. Because we just think about the Giants, even from last year, like, it was a team that was flirting with the play. So it's like they have like some type of foundation there that you can build upon for is winning. That's what Dable was supposed to be doing. I feel like they kind of like got too complacent in that Cowboy game. They kind of was sleepwalking. I guess the contract talks was getting to everybody's head. Because, like I said, some teams don't know how to play with expectations. It's different when you have no expectations moving forward, so you can play a little bit more free. Now Daniel Jones and players like that starting to feel the pressure because you got the New York media, you got expectations. So I feel like that game was kind of indicative of that because, like what DP said, like, the spreads are so close. So just when you see teams lose 50-0, 40-0, it's just like
it's incredible stuff to see, bro.
A meltdown. I feel like a meltdown for that game just happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, literally for that game, you cannot be a playoff contending team and then just lose 40-0 and just be like, oh yeah, bro, the culture is just the foundation of teams don't fall off that fast. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like the Bears, like, Daniel Jones is in a situation where it can all come back around and he can reel it in together, even though he just mid to where he also so mid that he possibly couldn't reel it in. But I would probably say the Giants is in a better situation to get it turned around. It's just some stuff like I said, what I saw from Claypool, that's just the whole everything from front office. There's no way that should be able to go on the NFL field and do that. Thank you. That shit you see in high school. Like, I don't care, man. Y'all can say I'm an old head. I don't care, bro. I played college ball in 2016, 27. Bro, literally, bro, like, more effort than that, gang. Like,
more effort,
seriously,
bro. That shouldn't be an old head type of take. Like, how you on the field and you're not giving max effort?
In the
NFL. Thank you. You're in the NFL.
So, Nadia, I guess for me, it's the Bears, because it feels like the Bears are stuck, still thinking kind of old school wise, man. Like, a lot of people are saying that Justin Fields hasn't like progressed, but I'm like, because they're not. It's like they're not putting. They finally put a weapon around him, but they're not letting. Either they don't have the right coaching staff or they're not even doing the right things the right basic things. Give Justin Fields a line so he can actually, I don't know, stand there and throw the effing ball in the pocket instead of, oh my God, I don't have time, so he has to run. So now he's picking up these bad habits. That's why I'm like, if you put Justin Fields on the Giants, the main thing, in my opinion, holding the Giants back is Daniel Jones himself. He's just that bad. At least with Daboll, be like, okay, here's where your problems are, and we can fix them. So at least he has that. Plus, he has the talent around him to work with something. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe it requires a whole kind of like change in the organization in terms of how they think mentally. 85 Bears, bro, that was like 40 years ago, 50 years ago. You can't win that way no more. You gotta embrace how the NFL is going. There's a reason why the Packers just come in there every year and whip y'all, and y'all still over here trying to talk about we want a dominant defense and we want to be able to run the ball. That's cool. That's cool that you guys want to do that, but that's not what works. That's not what works. If you like, sure, a dominant defense would be great. It would be great. But if you're not even willing, the quarterback is so important. If you're not willing to throw any resources around him at all to help him work, besides, admittedly, a great number 2 receiver. DJ Moore, in my opinion, he's a great number 2 receiver. But that's it. He's a number 2 receiver.
No, I think DJ's a 1. I just don't think he has the right guy around him to balance him.
I'm just saying, man. Put Justin Fields on the Giants. They don't get smacked like that.
All right. Well, hopefully Daniel and Justin both can turn around their situations. Before we get out of here, I'm just going to rattle off some super chats from Angie. At this point, just get Kaepernick. He fresh.
No.
It's been too long now.
Rodgers.
7 years? 7 years, right, J-Rob?
No.
Since he played?
Yeah, no. We're not doing that.
That's going to be so much buzz, too. I don't think the Jets need.
No, we don't need that.
That boy too fresh.
Too fresh.
Angie just clowning Mookie, but he's not here with us anymore. Prodigy. I watched Derek Carr miss playoffs with Tay and Jacobs in regards to our last.
It's so dumb that he's just throwing that out there, bro. He barely beat the Titans. He threw for 300 yards. Don't forget the horrible pick that he threw, and they barely beat the Titans, who are legitimately one of the worst offenses. I still can't believe they trot that out, and they barely beat the Titans 16-15. And we're supposed to name him a top 10 quarterback from that? Nah, Mookie. If he was playing for the Bucks, you wouldn't be saying that. That's terrible. That's terrible for as much film and football that Mookie knows. That's terrible for him to even say that.
Salute to the panel. Aaron back on him perks, unfortunately. See you at W. Go Bucks. And lastly, Angie, Lamar has Tay. Is he winning more than Carr in Las Vegas?
Facts.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
True.
Oh,
Lamar without Tay is winning more than Carr in Las Vegas.
Facts.
Lamar with no running backs, no receivers, nothing,
bro.
Has won more.
Christ. Even think about the best Derek Carr played in 2016. The best he played. Lamar played better than that, in my opinion.
All right, Shelby. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just going to say we got to get Footy in here, so I was going to wrap up the show if y'all are cool with that.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Awesome.
Great show, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in, chat, and thanks for hanging us for another episode of the Press Box. We'll be back here on Friday. See y'all then.
Peace.